케냐의 능구기와 피앙오.
웅구기와 시옹호.
옹국이와 시옹호.
웅구기와 시옹호.
웅구기와 시옹호.
웅구기와 대형고.
웅구기와 시옹모. Your name is Ngugiwa Thiong'o. Is Ngugi a family name in Kenya? I'm curious why you are called Ngugi, not Thiong'o, and also why W in your middle name is spelled in small letter.
Okay. First of all, remember in Kenya, where I come from, we have very many African communities, each with a very distinctive language and naming systems. The community I come from is called Agikoyo, and our naming system, the first name is really your name. So Goge is my name. Which Goge? Son of Thiong'o. So Wa means literally of. Shows the link between Goge and the relationship to father. So it's Goge, Wa Thiong'o, or the translate as Goge, son of Thiong'o. Okay? Name, in every culture and history, naming is very important. This is how we master our environment or get to understand our environment. We name it. We name our bodies, we name our environment, okay? Names carry memory. So when you replace one name by another name, you're actually replacing one memory with another memory. You know, so names are very important. Look, no matter the outcome or the Nobel Prize outcome, the Park Kyoni Prize will always be very personal to me, right? It's very, very precious. Nothing can ever outshine the literary award I am getting from South Korea. I'm very grateful that the Torch Foundation have found my work worth the 2016 Park Kyong-ni Prize, which also makes me join the company of 6 other luminaries who have received the prize before me. My wife was also the first to hear the news of the award, and she asked me, who is Park Kyong-ni? Well, I confess that I did not quite know. I was so impressed that it took her 25 years to work on the novel, The Land, and even visually seeing the manuscripts and where she worked and so on, and the table where she worked and the bed by the table where she used to write and so on. This devotion, right, is very magical to me. This devotion to a novel, The Land. Of course, now I'm told it's blossoming into, I don't know, so many volumes, 20 volumes or something. But really, when you see this, to me it's totally amazing. But I'm sure even she, after writing that novel, she always had another novel she wanted to write a more perfect novel. Yeah, so I think every writer, including myself, is always haunted by that other novel they have not yet written, the one they think, or at least think would be a more perfect, a more complete novel. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So that I'm still challenged to write that novel, but the only thing I know that when I write that novel, it will be written. I write it in Gikuyu. Yes, yeah.
Because of Dr. Ngugi, the entire families of people in my teaching profession were almost thrown out on the street.
I returned to Kenya from England, became faculty in the Department of English of the University of Nairobi in 1968, and immediately joined two other African professors in calling for the abolition of the English department, which in reality placed English literature at the center of the curriculum. We advocated its replacement by a literature department that placed African, Caribbean, African American, and Asian literatures, and Latin American, I should add, at the center of the literature department in that order, with European literature forming the periphery. That is what created what is normally now called the Great Nairobi Debate on literature and the constitution of literature and the whole idea of the center and periphery in relation to the study of literature. And this is really what begins the debates, because what happened in Nairobi was then later taken up as an issue in many other African universities, in Caribbean universities, and so on. You know, this is actually what generates that whole movement that later acquired the name post-colonial. From here in Kwanju, you know, we can relate to the world, but we don't have to replace Kwanju in order to connect the world. But we can connect to what from Kwanju without denying the reality and particularities of the environment, the history, the peoples and the cultures of here. But from here we can relate to the world, you know. And it's true. Almost literature, even oral literatures, cultures borrow from each other all the time. Literature borrow from each other all the time. Okay? I like to think of it as conversation among cultures and literatures. I've talked a great deal about how I came to contact, personally, how I came to contact with Kim Ji-ha's Cry of the People. Yeah. For me, the journey that began during my 1 year in prison, communing with the spirit of Kim Ji-ha, a writer I had never met in person, continues. I continue writing in Gikyo and thinking hard on the language question. My faith in human languages simultaneously as communication systems and carriers of culture and hence spiritual life has only intensified with years. If I might rephrase Césaire, language contact on the basis of equality is the oxygen of civilization. Literature plays a big role in the generation of that oxygen. In a small way, the truth of this is borne out by the Korean-Kenyan literary connection. Thank you. Write. I swear, this is for new writers. Mm-hmm. I say, write. 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 And write again. And you will get it right. Yeah. So write again, and you'll get it right.